Howdy, y'all. Hope you guys are having a good day today. So, Monday we had a fun little conversation about witchcraft. Today we're gonna have Wednesday we talked a little bit about sort of modding versus, I guess, vanilla as that would be called for no matter like Baldur's Gate or Minecraft or whatever it is. Today is gonna be a little bit more of an insightful video. Um, So, a while ago, and one of the shorts I made also commented on this. Um, I mentioned sort of college and having fun in college, while also still, um, having a good class, good grades, good whatever, so you can graduate, right? Well, I'm coming up on the end of my collegiate career as an undergrad. I may go into grad school. I don't know about that yet, but I have started to finish up my undergrad, and I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about how my experiences, sort of what I did to not only stay at the top, but also have fun. I've mentioned in a video that I was in a fraternity, or am in a fraternity. That is still true. Still am. I plan to be until I graduate. And, you know, obviously there's a lot of negative connotation that comes with that. But there are ways to have fun in college without having to sacrifice your grades or your potential to get a degree or graduation. And it's not difficult, but college is all about self-discipline. It's about learning how to be on your own and learning how to you know control, in a sense, your own life and your own choices, as much as one can. And so one of the things that I think is really a misconception is, you either are in your dorms all day studying, or you are out all nights partying. Well, unfortunately, unless you are in a career that is more abstract, esports being one of them, it's unlikely that you're going to really have much of a fun nightlife outside of college. And so you need to take advantage of that. So I'm going to try to appeal, I've got 8 minutes left here in this video, to both those of you who are more like me, who are more introverted and not really into the massive party thing, but also talk to y'all who maybe like to go out, you want to go out every night, because I have friends on both ends. My roommate is a big party guy. He likes to go out a lot more than me, but he's not like the full extreme. And I think he's a really good example of how you can party but also still be at the top of your grades. So starting off, and not to sound like an orientation leader, but get involved with clubs on campus. It's really a good way to meet people, because at the end of the day, if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's not really a matter of you're going out to parties or you're going out to football games or whatever, to socialize with a million people. Now, if that's what you want to do, then great, but that's not really what you're really doing. When you join clubs, join Greek life, join whatever it is, you're joining to meet a few people that you can go hang out with. Now, one thing I realized in college that is a little bit different is, you are going to have a lot of different types of friend groups. And the reason I say that is because the more things you join, clubs, classes, whatever, the more differences in people you're going to meet, right? Like, for instance, I'm a lot more business focused and management focused. I've taken classes that some of my other friends who are more media focused, broadcast focused, they have never taken. And so there are people that I know in those classes that they simply don't. And so I talk with those people, but not the same type of people that some of my other friends talk to, but they have people that they talk to that are not the same as me. So, I may do things differently, with that group of individuals rather than, say, the ones I live with, right? Like my roommate or whatever. That don't try your best to like get along with your roommate. Like, I get it, there are annoying roommates. Do your best to get along with them. If you can find a roommate, especially your first year, that you you like, right, and you like hanging out with, find a way to stick with them, you know. Especially someone who's maybe not like you. Like I said, I don't like to party that much. My roommate is already trying to get me to go to a bar with him. And I just, it's not for me. I don't like bars, first off, you know. And he wants me to go to one, and I'm like, I don't really want to. There's a lot of people, you know. It's not for me. Well, for him it is. He doesn't mind that sort of environment. But he really does his best to get me out of the apartment, which I'm very grateful for. It really has made my collegiate journey a lot more fun, because even though I don't do everything, the few things I have done, he's gotten me out of, and it's actually been rather enjoyable. Now, some things I don't like, I won't lie, but he knows that, and you know, I don't do all the things, but I do some of them, and it's enjoyable. But also, like I said, I get to go with a group of my friends that I'm already there with, right? So you're not, even if you're going to a party, it's not like you're going and then you're gonna go meet a bunch of people, right? I mean, sure, you might, but you're not going to go meet a bunch of people or whatever. You're going with your group, and your group may have a connection with someone else, and they might talk with you, but at the end of the day, everyone has their own groups, right? They have their own cliques, they have their own whatever, so it's not like you're going much else. But when it comes to college, your weekend life is a big deal, okay? Because your studies are going to take over the majority of your week. And that, frankly, it should. You should try to make sure that your week is mainly work, homework, studies, whatever it is, so that you can actually enjoy your weekend. Some schools aim to have Fridays off, you know, as well. So if you're lucky, right, try to take that into your advantage. But that means you got to be diligent throughout the week, right? Treat it like a job. You know, during the week, you're doing classes or whatever, but on the weekend, you get to have a good time. Now, I get it. There are things that happen during the week all the time, and that's totally cool. But no, you just, like I said, it comes down to knowing yourself, right? If you know that you have a test the very next day at 8 a.m., then don't go out partying until 3 a.m. It's that simple, right? But maybe you have a test the next day, and it's like at, I don't know, 12 p.m. It's like, oh, well, I want to go out and party. Okay, well, let's, you know, are you going to pass, right? Are you going to be happy with the grade you're going to get? And furthermore, are you going to be able to, is that grade that you're going to get on the test or the exam, is that going to be worth, you know, what you want, right? Is that going to be good enough? Is that going to be able to get you out of the class, right? And if the answer is no, then it's simply, you shouldn't go, right? But I know sometimes it's difficult. It's also a matter of just, like, be at a schedule. I mean, a lot of times, collegiate classes that college classes I've been in, they post like all their schoolwork and classwork really, really early. And so, like, you can just get ahead on the unit. And then when the test comes around, it's like, okay, do the test. And you're done, right? If you do that, if you get ahead of your coursework, then you're going to have a lot of free time. I did that last semester because I had obligations at night, every single night, except for Friday nights. And Saturday nights, but I had stuff Sunday through Thursday. Every night I had something to do. And what I did is I got ahead in my classes as much as I could, right? Like outside of quizzes or tests. Asynchronous classes are a lot easier, obviously, but I got ahead of my classes. And by getting ahead of my classes, I was able to have a lot more fun. I was able to not stress at night. You know, when I was getting back to my apartment, whether it be for fun reasons or working reasons, I wasn't getting back to my apartment till 1 a.m. I wasn't getting in bed till 2, maybe 3 sometimes at some nights. But 1, I didn't have a class until, the earliest class I had was 11 a.m. So 1, I had the ability to sleep in if I needed to, right, to make sure that I was still staying healthy with my sleep schedule. But also, since I got so ahead on my classes, I only had to worry about tests, right? Maybe review the night before to make sure I was still, could brush up on some of the stuff, and then take the test. But otherwise, I was just sort of taking the classes and getting ahead of schedule so that I could actually enjoy my time, being proactive. Being if you're the type of person who likes to procrastinate, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for you. But if you can like just lock in, even just for a little bit, you don't have to lock in long, right? Just lock in for a tiny bit of time, and I guarantee you're gonna have so much more of a fun time in college. Join clubs, meet those different friend groups, right? And they'll get smaller as the time goes on. But as those times go smaller, then, you know, that group is going to be a lot tighter for you, and you're going to have a lot more fun with them. So, you know, join clubs, join things, have a good time, and when you finally reach a point where, you know, you have to lock it and study, do it, right? Don't procrastinate it. You know, take that time, take that hour, take that night, whatever it is, so that the rest of your week is not as stressful and you can actually have a good time. College is really easy to have fun, but it's really easy to succeed. It's also really easy to have fun. It's really easy to fall into sort of an endless spiral of both. And that is something that you have to be aware of, and something that you have to know going in. But as someone who's now been in college for, you know, a few years now, those are my biggest recommendations, right? If you can be proactive, do it. If you can't, just be honest with yourself, right? If you can do something or if you can't do something, and you'll be good. But this video ran a little bit further than I wanted it to, so I apologize, but hopefully that was some good insight. I want to thank you all very much, and I will see all of you folks in the next video. All right, bye, y'all.